Hey, it's Bob Doyle. I wanted to welcome you again to the Wealth Beyond Reason program, but also just kind of give you a brief walkthrough of how the program works, and so you'll know where to find things. I'll make this brief, and it shouldn't need to be long because we've set it up to be as simple as possible, pretty intuitive. All you do is just go through the path of the program, and I'm going to show you how to do that anyway. Once you log in here, you're going to get to our Wealth Beyond Reason Learning Center, and basically this is sort of your course index. So at any time in the program, you can return to this page by clicking on Course Index. And basically the idea is to click through duck by duck all the way in order through the program until you finish. And then you will have the foundation and the experience and taking the action steps and learn the things you need to learn to really make the law of attraction work for you. So we do not encourage you to skip around from module to module, although you can do that. You can click at least on the first section of each module, but you can't into the inner sections, because it does, at least if you're talking about a particular topic, want you to understand it from the beginning. But what we'd like you to do is to go through the ducks in order. The whole thing with the ducks, by the way, is there's this myth that you have to have all your ducks in a row before you take any action in your life. A lot of people believe that anyway, and it stops people from moving forward. So this is just sort of a kind of visual reminder that, hey, you know, even though these ducks happen to be in a row, you don't have to have all yours in a row before you start taking action on your vision. But you'll learn all of this as you go through the program. Okay, so basically as you click on a duck, you'll be brought to the particular section in the program where you need to be. So, for example, there's a video at the beginning of most of the sections that sort of sets up what you can expect for that particular module. So you'll want to watch each of those where they exist. And some pages you'll have assignments to do, some you'll just be reading for information purposes. But when you're done with whatever it says to do on the page, you'll go down to the bottom and you'll click on Move On To, and then it'll say the next section. So this first module is basically getting you started with the program, telling you a little bit more about me and that type of thing, downloading everything you need to download to be able to read the books and just that kind of thing, and then of course the books themselves. So it's just basically getting you set up for the program. Basically, you'll be, downloading PDF files and things like that. So it's nothing you probably haven't already done. So chances are you're already ready, technically, for the course. But just in case you aren't, download all your bonus items and so on. Once you click through and confirm at the end of each module that you've done what you've said, what we've told you to do, then you'll complete a section, and then you'll be able to move on to the introduction to the program and so on. And again, anytime you want to, you can go to the course index. Now, throughout the course, you'll be given assignments of various types, and some, in the case of this module, the assignments are something as easy as, hey, download this book or read this book or whatever. Assignments will appear at the bottom of each page. For example, if I go back to Introduction to the Program, your assignment is to read Wealth Beyond Reason. Obviously, it's a foundational piece of the program, so you'll want to do that. Now, we are expecting that you do the things that you say you're going to do, and that is how we are trying to hold you accountable for your education, and that's why we try to make it a little bit harder to skip ahead and so on. Now, there's a lot of audio in this program, interviews and teleseminars and lectures and so on, and it is presented to you in a logical fashion as you go through the program, and it's topic specific. But if you ever wanted to just quickly go and find a piece of audio, we have the audio library set up where we have the audio in the various sections: expert interviews, follow-up lectures, teleseminars, and meditations. So if you wanted to hear a particular expert, you could just click on the expert link, choose the interview you wanted to listen to, and then click the name associated with that. Now, as in all the audio in this program, what's going to happen when you click on an audio link is you're going to be presented with an audio player that pops up like this. And sometimes you might hear a few notes of audio. It doesn't always happen. But this audio player will give you information on who you're listening to, a little bit about the interview, how long it lasts, and give you the ability to stream the interview in real time off of that page by clicking this button here. If you want to download it as an MP3, you will right-click here. You'll choose your whatever your browser's equivalent as, as download file or save target as, and save it to your computer, and then you can use it, on your iPod or burn it to a CD or anything you'd like. But just keep in mind that all the audio comes to you through an audio player, with just a couple of exceptions here and there. So you'll want to be sure that pop-up blockers are off, because this is a pop-up. And the reason we do this is so that you can navigate through the rest of the program or go about your business while you're listening to something and you aren't stuck on a page and you can't move forward because the player controls are on that page. So that's why we decided to do it that way. So once you're from the curriculum page, if you ever need help, there's a help link right here that'll get you in touch with our support. Sign out obviously signs you out of the system. And if you are looking for a particular topic, we have the search window. For example, if you wanted to learn a little bit more about resistance, you could type in resistance, and it'll point you to the modules and the resources that are associated with that. Now, however, if you have not gotten to that particular module yet, like this particular example student hasn't, it'll say, not ready, complete all the earlier course materials. So again, that's just kind of part of our keeping you accountable for learning these principles the way that we've designed the program for you to learn them for maximum effectiveness. That's about it. If you have any other questions, you can click the help link and ask. But for the most part, we have designed it to be simple and straightforward. Just go through it, take the action steps, do the assignments, and by the end, you will be ready to really, truly create your life by design.